Welcome back, Wealth Warriors. Ever wondered why even the smartest people make poor investment decisions? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of behavioral biases, the unseen undercurrents that sway our decision-making process. Behavioral biases, these are not just fancy words, but powerful subconscious forces that affect our choices, our actions, and yes, our investments. Think of them as the invisible puppeteers pulling the strings behind the scenes. They are subtle, they are silent, but they are incredibly influential. They can make a seasoned investor overlook a golden opportunity or convince a novice to leap before looking. Intelligence, experience, even knowledge can't fully shield us from these biases. They are part of our human nature, woven into the very fabric of our thought process. They can lead a Nobel laureate to make the same investment blunders as a high school dropout. These invisible hands, these biases, they steer our investment decisions, often leading us astray. Meet John, a successful businessman who prides himself on his investment acumen. John has always been a go-getter, a mover and shaker in the world of business. His confidence, bordering on arrogance, was his secret weapon, propelling him up the corporate ladder. But when it came to investing, this very confidence became his Achilles heel. You see, John believed he had the Midas touch, that every company he invested in would turn to gold. He made decisions hastily, often without thorough research or analysis. His overconfidence in his abilities blinded him, leading him down a path of risky and ill-informed investments. Soon, the cracks began to show. Investments that were once promising turned sour, leading to significant financial loss. John was left reeling, his confidence shattered. His belief in his own superiority, his overconfidence bias, had clouded his judgment and led him down a path of financial ruin. John's overconfidence bias, his belief in his own superiority, was his downfall. Now let's turn to Sarah, a savvy investor who's always on the lookout for the next big thing. Sarah's story begins with a promising new company. She hears about their groundbreaking technology, and that becomes her anchor, the initial piece of information she clings to. It's an exciting prospect, and Sarah's ready to invest. But here's where the trap of anchoring bias sets in. Despite new information coming to light, information that suggests this company might not be as profitable as first thought, Sarah is anchored to her initial enthusiasm. She's swayed by the charm of the new and groundbreaking, ignoring the red flags and warning signs. Meanwhile, other investment opportunities pass her by. Profitable, stable companies with a history of consistent growth are overlooked, all because Sarah is anchored to that first piece of data. She's caught in the trap of anchoring bias. Sarah's anchoring bias, her reliance on the first piece of information, cost her golden opportunities. Finally, consider Tom, a cautious investor who likes to thoroughly research before investing. Tom is diligent, and he prides himself on his ability to analyze market trends and financial reports. But there's a hidden trap that Tom falls into time and time again: confirmation bias. This bias is a sneaky one. It makes us favor information that confirms our preconceptions and ignore anything that contradicts them. It's like we're wearing blinkers, only seeing what we want to see. For Tom, this means he's inclined to hold on to investments that are losing simply because he believed they would be profitable. Even when the data is shouting at him to let go, Tom holds on. He searches for any scrap of positive news, any small indicator that his investment could bounce back. But in doing so, he often misses out on opportunities to cut his losses and invest elsewhere. Tom's confirmation bias, his preference for information that supports his beliefs, kept him stuck in losing investments. So what do John, Sarah, and Tom have in common? Well, they all fell prey to behavioral biases that impacted their investment decisions. They were overconfident, anchored their beliefs, and sought validation instead of truth. But let's not judge them too harshly. We all have biases, whether we recognize them or not. Remember, overconfidence can lead us to underestimate risk. Anchoring can keep us stuck in past performance, preventing us from seeing future potential. And confirmation bias can blind us to new information, keeping us trapped in our own echo chambers. But here's the twist. Awareness is our superhero. Recognizing our biases is the first step towards mitigating their effects. By being aware, we can question our own decisions, challenge our own beliefs, and ultimately make better investment choices. Investing is not just about numbers and data, it's about understanding ourselves, our biases. Only then can we truly make informed investment decisions. Remember, investing isn't just for the wealthy, it's for those who dare to dream big, Keep dreaming, keep investing.